Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Get early access to all of our interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats with writer and comic book legend D.G. Chichester, new episodes of classic Capes and Lunatics shows, including The Quantum Zone, This, That, or the Third, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes, or go to patreon.com/CapesandLunatics. Hope to see you there.
Batman. My favorite character.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of We Are the Knights, the Batman podcast. All right, just leave me hanging there. All right, anyway, I am Phil. Joining me, as always, that menace of time and space. It is... And I don't think she's there, or if she is, she knows that she's muted. Lilith Hellfire.
I'm not a menace.
The very drunken Lilith Hellfire.
I'm sober.
Oh, that's the problem. Okay. All right, kids. Well, she should be drunk. This time we are covering, yes. Lilith thinks I hate her. Batman Universe 1 through 6 by everyone's favorite, Mr. Brian Michael Bendis.
Put the Michael in there for distinction of any other Brian Bendis.
3 names, just like a serial killer.
Exactly.
Oh.
Honestly, I'm surprised Doug Minch doesn't use his middle name. Now that when he was writing Moon, and I'm like, he should totally use his middle name because that made me worried for a while.
Why?
Go check in on old Doug Minch.
I think he writes too dark to be a normal, well-adjusted person.
You know what, though? That's the crazy thing. If you know anything about writers, right? Like Stephen King writes all these spoopy, creepy books, and he's just like a really cool person to hang out with. Every single person that famous person that knows Stephen King is like, yeah, he's just a normal guy.
I mean, again, some people.
But that's what they say about serial killers, right? Yeah, he was such a quiet guy. I would have never suspected. Exactly.
Oh my.
Why did you choose these, by the way, Phil? I have no idea why you chose these.
I don't know. I mean, I've read these however long ago. I mean, no, it's funny because I like the art and...
Yeah, I love Nick Darrington, but still.
You know, I will drag Brian Michael Bendis if I feel like but I feel like this isn't a bad Bendis story.
It's got all the Bendis trappings, but it's not like he's writing Superman. This is more his speed. It's very street level. You can't really dick around with his identity. Like, there's certain things there's very hard limits on what you can do with Batman at DC.
And I
think that's why this works.
And there is like one Bendis trope in here, but I feel like there's like an in-story explanation for it. Yeah. So.
I mean, I'm just really here for the art from Nick Darrington.
Oh, yeah.
I loved his work on Young Animals, so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like, even like these covers and like there's like, oh yeah.
And these are the ones from like Walmart or something, right?
I believe...
The Batman Giants from like I remember when we kind of briefly talked about them, but then they like kind of just disappeared as suddenly as they appeared.
Well, I think that the thing is like they packaged it, in the Walmart issues they were putting out, and then they kind of like repackaged them as their own thing in like the Batman universe, for actual comic shops. Yeah. So, all right.
Well, it's six issues. Let's get going, bud.
Hey-o. That's all right. Little C6, and she's always ready to go. Hey-o.
It could have been worse. It could have been 9. They could have went for the 9.
Oh, fool. He must have cut down on his dialogue. Anyway, all right. Batman Universe #1, September 2019.
God, it seems like forever. It's
honestly,
the
before times.
The pandemic has really just made time like an illusion for the masses, honestly. Because like 2019 doesn't seem that long ago, but it feels like an eternity because it was the before time.
I mean, you think about it, that's over 4 years ago.
Yeah. But again, that pandemic skip, a lot of people feel like they were robbed at 3 years, and I totally get it.
Oh, yeah. All right. I don't think let's just say Batman Universe Part 1. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Brian Michael Bendis, writer. All right. Here.
Bendis.
All right. Penciler and inker Nick Darrington. Colorist Dave Stewart. Letterer Josh Reed. And editors Jamie S. Rich and Brittany Holzer. I barely even know her.
You know what this art kind of reminds me of? The newer like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle art.
Mm-hmm.
And this one, it's really funny because it's 2019 because we're focusing on the Riddler.
Oh yeah. But yes, this is reprinted.
Remember when he was a thing, kids?
I don't know. Anytime I think of the Riddler, Nirvana springs to mind. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yes, kids, this one was reprinted in Batman Giant 3 and 4. So
Batman equals Ultimate Goth Kid confirmed.
Oh,
we already knew that, though.
I was gonna say, stop that. People, you're stomping on people's favorite characters here.
Batman, my favorite character.
Oh, that's why, Ray. Okay.
Oh wait, not even worse. Emo Kid. Yikes! And if you don't know the difference, go watch South Park.
That was on the other night.
Yeah, I saw it. That's what I thought of it.
Alfred reminds Bruce how he's missing dinner with his guests. Well, it must be a Wednesday. But he tells him it's too late to keep...
Tuesday, you mean?
Yeah, true. Anymore, yeah. But he tells him it's too late and to keep them busy. He asks him to tell him about the Riddler's latest riddle, and Alfred informs him it's, when is the Riddler not the Riddler? Both of them agree it is quite mediocre for him.
Dang, they're roasting him! Really, this motherfucker is lazy as hell.
Man, he must just be in it for the paycheck this time.
At this point, who isn't?
Hell! Riddle for pay, is that what you're saying? Stating he's going to solve the case by his own skill rather than technology, Batman...
I would hope so. You are the world's greatest detective.
Exactly.
Yeah, I've been phoning this thing in since the 90s, man.
Well, he was going to anyway.
Computers.
He was going to anyway, but it's Bendis. Come on.
Just in case you were worried, Bendis knows it's all about actual boots on the ground and not bat computers. Okay, Bendis. We'll give you the benefit of the doubt on this one.
Batman zips past a building to a hotel and asks Alfred if anyone at a hotel where the alarms are going off has been injured by the Riddler. Receiving a negative reply, Bruce suspects Nigma may be tricking him and lands near another building after hearing screams, but finds multiple film stuntmen dressed as the Riddler.
Okay, Mysterio.
I love that part though, where Bruce is just like, stuntmen, you say? And he's like, yeah. Alfred's like, yes. Spotting the real Riddler amidst the decoys, Batman dodges his bullet while fighting them. As Batman chases after him, the Riddler turns to fire his gun, but is knocked through a restaurant's window by him before he can fire. Batman demands he tell him
Got to be a glassmaker in Gotham.
Exactly. Batman demands he tell him about the person he's stealing. About the person.
Fabergé egg.
The Fabergé egg taken on loan from a Russian museum for.
I used to be obsessed with those things when I was like 5. Yeah, I always wanted one. Instead, I got those super nesting dolls.
Well, I was going to say, Lilith comes from money. That's probably what she got for Easter every year.
I wish. I wish I had Fabergé egg money.
Forget the dollar, forget gold, Fabergé eggs. That's where you put your money these days, kids.
Actually, one of my friends actually has a Fabergé engagement ring.
Oh,
so
okay.
like Fabergé is like a whole it's like an umbrella of like high-end designer stuff. That's stuff that I didn't know when I was younger. I just saw the eggs, like they were like in museums, and like Fabergé eggs were like a thing in the 90s. I don't know. I think it was like a lot of TV shows had them, but I think it was like an homage to the 60s when people were like actually stealing Fabergé eggs or something when it was a really big deal. So I found this very interesting. This very much tells Bendis' age. I think that's a really cute part of it.
Lilith is like, if an engagement ring, that's too high.
Well, and we had better relations with Russia too back then. So.
It was like
right after the Cold War, like the 90s, so we were like really trying to like make those amends and stuff. I think that's why it was like so in vogue back then.
Lilith is like an engagement ring. That's a high price to pay.
Ugh, yeah.
Nigma, however, repeatedly keeps stating, when is the Riddler not the Riddler? Batman suddenly spots a trio of light beams and is attacked by an energy blast, knocking him out.
My favorite person, actually, one of my favorite people is actually in this book. And it was like kind of interesting. Bendis decided to use them.
After he wakes up, he learns that the real Riddler escaped with the egg and that the stuntmen were hired under a false assurance of performing a show by a couple of people claiming to be producers. Well, at least kept your shirt on, kid. He tells Commissioner Gordon that the Riddler was doing someone else's bidding and learns from him about the museum's curator, revealing the name of the original owner of the egg as Jonah Hex.
Gotta get it right. Jonah Hex!
Batman later arrives in a small town of...
F in the chat for Megan, what's her face?
Megan
Fox's career. Yeah. She ended up with Machine Gun Kelly. Jesus. What a waste of butter.
Oh my!
I mean, if they're happy, but
yeah,
would have been my favorite pick for.
I don't know who to feel sorry for.
Well, I mean, better than Brian Austin Green, right?
Oh,
what? They were married forever.
I know.
I like him, but he is a total burnout. So, do what you gotta do.
Meanwhile, Brian.
This is as an 90210 fan, okay? Like, I can say that. Nobody else can say that.
Meanwhile,
shout out to Jason Priestley. Did you see? He's on that TV show Wild Cards on the CW. I was like, oh, bless your heart, buddy.
Meanwhile, Ian Ziering is fighting off biker gangs.
In Sharknadoes, let's never forget.
No, supposedly he just fought off like a real biker gang.
Oh, really? I didn't see that.
Yeah, supposedly he got attacked and he was like fighting off a couple guys. Yeah.
Beverly Hills is getting rough. That's not hilarious, but it's kind of hilarious. That's something that only would happen to Ian Ziering, honestly.
Batman later arrives in a small town in Texas while looking for Ginny Hicks, the great-great-granddaughter of Jonah Hex. Shekel.
Yep, gotta get that Shekel.
You wonder why he put Jonah Hex in there. Because he can use the great-great-granddaughter who he created. Shekels.
Exactly. Hey, look, if we don't give who guff for Stargirl, we're not gonna give him guff for that, alright?
I get it, yeah. Knowing that she donated the Fabergé egg to the Russian museum, he asks who gave it to her. She responds that it's a family possession and she gave it to the museum since no one was going to pay her a high price for it, but refuses to tell him about any strange people visiting her. Ginny states she knows the egg originally belonged to Jonah Hex, but if he came here because it's stolen, she wasn't behind it. As he leaves, Batman tells her to inform her if she learns something. After learning about the Riddler's location, he travels to Amsterdam. Nigma, who is at a club with Finn, grows impatient while waiting to meet a certain person, but gets assured he'll be safe. Batman soon arrives at the club and is confronted by Deadshot, who's been hired to keep the Riddler safe. The mercenary is eventually defeated, but he distracts Batman by stating Nigma is fleeing. Green Arrow, however, intervenes and knocks Deadshot out with knockout gas, while also capturing the Riddler.
So, I just want to say, I think it's so pretentious that he spelled Jenny with an I. The I isn't where you think it is.
Oh!
That's those vibes for sure. He's literally throwing everything in the kitchen sink at this story. It's so hilarious.
Is it?
Like, I get like why they're trying to like make Batman universe a thing, because like for a long time Batman was just kind of in his own corner. If he did team up, it was like with the Justice League, or if it was with Wonder Woman and Superman. He didn't really, or like the Outsiders, but it wasn't ever just like let's just So I kind of get the vibes.
Well, and again, too, remember this is for the Walmart thing. I think they're trying to draw people in to buy regular
showing
comics.
Everybody like, oh, you got Deadshot. We just had that Suicide Squad.
Look, Green Arrow. You've seen him on TV.
He was just recently on TV.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But trying to showcase as much of the DC universe as possible through Batman.
Yeah. I was smart. I just didn't, I didn't think it went far enough, I guess.
Oh, yeah. Well, again, it's like each of these issues was like half was in each of those Batman Giants, so I guess like a couple pages every of those Giant
Which is
issues. Just
like a little too confusing for normies.
Yeah. Normie.
Oh, can we talk about Gen S before we leave too?
Okay. Sure.
You know the new Trinity?
Oh, yes. Okay.
I'm like,
and
that's out, right? I didn't just spoil something.
No, from the back of Wonder Woman.
Yeah. Okay.
It took me a second. I got 50 things going, love. It takes me a minute.
He's an old man.
That's right.
With ADHD, he can't help it.
All right.
Like, Generation suck it? What? What are we talking
about? Wow. Generation.
Our whole family can suck it. I will say, one of my favorite lines out of these 6 issues is in number 2. It's when Green Arrow just goes, and this is why everybody hates your roast. I was like, finally somebody said it.
All right, so Batman Universe number 2, October 2019. Same team.
I like this cover.
Oh yeah. Those two look like they're about to punch each other in the face. Yeah.
He's like, I want another Arrow car. I want my cave to be named the Quiver, not the Arrow Cave.
Whoa.
Because Green Arrow is a ripoff of that.
No.
unabashedly so.
Well,
so
yeah.
It's like things that would make sense for it to be like Arrow theme. No, it's just the Arrow cave, the Arrow car. It drives me crazy.
As Green Arrow and Batman interrogate the Riddler, he asks them one of his first riddles Batman had heard. Enigma responds that him being chased around by Batman has mentally exhausted him, and he's been a nightmare for him since the very first time they fought. As he asks another riddle in response to Batman asking about his employer, the Amsterdam police surrounds them. Batman and Green Arrow use smoke screens to escape.
They're used to smoke, stupid!
Oh, I knew that was
'Cause
coming. I got it.
It's actually edible. It's not really smoke, but we don't have time for that. Carry on.
Batman, but realize Riddler himself is getting away from them. They come across a breadcrumb trail, but Batman warns against following it as he's trying to fool them and suggests zipping to the
Good
top
old Hansel
instead.
and Gretel.
Oh my!
You remember that terrible Jeremy Renner? I forget. Was it Elizabeth? No, it wasn't Elizabeth Olsen. Who was it? In that stupid Hansel and Gretel.
Oh,
movie?
I can't remember.
But you know what I'm talking about. Those are the vibes that this particular part's giving off.
Oliver grabs Enigma with a rope before he can fly away using his staff, and he is knocked out by Batman. Yeah. Arrow finds a note inside the box Riddler was escaping with, asking if they thought he's stupid, and Batman thinks something's not right with him, which intrigues him. The box sprays Oliver with a neurotoxin, driving him wild before Batman can use the antidote on him. As the two fight, Bruce eventually overpowers him using his shock gloves, allowing him time to use the antidote. Arrow realizes that Riddler escaped, but Batman states he has a tracker on him. Meanwhile,
Duh. All the good heroes have it. Spider-Man, Batman.
Seriously. As long as you're smart enough to make one or rich enough to buy one, yes. Meanwhile, at the docks, Riddler delivers the Fabergé egg to his employer, Vandal Savage, and states his...
Shout out to the legends!
It states his mind has been affected.
It's so obvious when you like I said, it's so obvious this is 2019 and all the people.
Oh, yeah.
It's so funny.
Remember this one from this show? Savage is intrigued by its side effects on him while also learning he hasn't looked inside it and states he has searched for the egg for a very long time. Batman discovers that the egg the Riddler stole emitted a strange radiation that is unidentifiable and finds it temporarily affected both his as well as Enigma's intelligence. Again, I think that's like the in story explanation for why Batman suddenly has Bendis mouth.
Yes.
So I mean, at least
I don't think that. Yeah, I mean that's us as as observationists of the Bendis style, but
yeah. I don't know if that's intentional, but that's how I headcanoned it. So I'm like, okay, at least he can get away with it this time.
He's like, I'll let you slide this time. Don't let it happen again.
Batman,
then Leviathan happened.
Batman orders the computer to contact any of the Green Lanterns and learns Riddler's location from Alfred, realizing he is in Gorilla City, check, and flies to it using the Batwing stealth mode from the Flash show, check.
Now, where's Eobard?
I'm surprised. Batman tells Alfred that King Namandi is still angry at him, which is why he can't approach him directly, but gets caught by the guards while sneaking across the palace. They let him talk to their king, and he informs Namandi that he's looking for the Riddler. One of the gorillas reads his mind and tells the king that he's speaking the truth, leading him to state that the Riddler has a dangerous artifact in his possession. Being intrigued, Namandi hands him his weapons and lets him find Riddler, who they discover is sitting unconscious in the Hall of Thrones with the Fabergé egg. Bruce notes that this is accredited to Superman, but realizes it's not his handwriting. The egg, however, starts glowing, and Batman finds himself mysteriously teleported to Thanagar.
Okay, let's just take a pause. Do you know how epic, this is such a waste of a comic book story. Do you know how epic this would have been if they actually wrote a script for a new Justice League Unlimited?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Can you imagine this being, the 6-parter to kicking off a new Justice Unlimited cartoon series?
Oh, yeah. I mean, look how many heroes we're going to get in this thing. I mean, yeah, you could have built a league out of it. Yeah. Yeah.
Such a waste.
I know.
Maybe I'll just put that into the atmosphere. I think this is the perfect setup for that. And like I said, listen, there's things that Brian Michael Bendis is bad at, and there's things that he's good at. Putting together a team. People really seem to love and respect him and work well with him. I mean, look what he did for the one. It was such a bummer when he was trying to really start that little imprint. He did a really good job, but it just didn't catch on, with the Wonder Twins and all that other stuff with young animals. and all that stuff that he was trying to do on the imprint for younger kids. It just didn't catch on. They just really didn't advertise it as well. But I thought all those books were very well put together, had a purpose, very thoughtful. Like, I think that he would be good as, like, an executive producer of, like, a cartoon with, like, a team around him to, like, kind of keep the Bendis in check.
One thing, like we mentioned before, take this, he created this story. Have someone take the plot of this story.
Well, you know who.
And have
his cohort.
Yeah. Well, have David Walker, create a Justice League cartoon out of this. Yeah. No,
those two working together, they really do work well together and bounce ideas off each other. And I really feel like they balance each other well.
Get David Walker on the phone.
I'm just gonna put this into the atmosphere since we've been kind of on a hot streak. So
yeah. All right.
I mean, they fixed the Trinity, just not in the way I wanted. They just gave us new ones.
Yeah. Again, I mean,
it's like you gotta be specific with your intent when you're manifesting. You gotta be specific.
Well, and again, too, I mean, they're waiting to get as far away as they can from the Snyderverse and stuff before they restarted Justice League and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, but did you see? I guess I don't know if they're putting out like a semi-official it's not the actual Justice League. What is it supposed to be, like Justice Gang or something? It's gonna be like Guy Gardner and a bunch of people or something. It's gonna be like more street level or something.
No, I didn't see that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's Guy Gardner, so we gotta take that with a grain of salt about what that's gonna be.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be like a mini series or something.
Yeah, but I mean, anything to get the crew back together.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So sorry for that default.
No,
But I just when I was reading this, I was like, this would be such a good bouncing off point for it.
Mm-hmm. All right, you ready for number 3?
Let's do it.
All right, Batman.
Batman and dinosaurs, baby.
Boy.
Well, they were really aiming for the kids on this one.
Boy, I can't tell I can't.
Remember that Batman cartoon for kids that they had those little toys for?
Oh,
Do you remember?
Yeah.
I feel like this is where they got that idea from. I remember it was one of those movies with Batman and a dinosaur. I can't think of the name of it though.
I can't tell they're trying to go after young boys. Batman and dinosaurs.
And next thing you know, there's gonna be monster trucks.
Batman Universe number 3, November 2019. Again, Batman Universe Part 3, same. This is reprinted in Batman Giants 7 and 8. Bruce is told to take off his cowl after waking up and remembers he's on Thanagar. Being told to disarm himself and take off his bat suit, Batman
naked boy!
Batman realizes they suspect him to be a threat and asks to contact Qatar Hall, who can vouch for him as he's a good friend. Yes, he remembers he's on Thanagar, not at his local weekly S&M appointment. Dominatrix, yes.
Hey, Selena deserves more than that, so.
Well, not her. The Thanagarians, however, refuse to believe him, even when he states he's a teammate of Sha'ir Thal. Well.
Gadget times 2, so.
If you're not reading the Bendis Justice League, remember that cartoon? He tells them that he's Batman, a founder of the Justice League, but they respond it doesn't mean anything to them. Oh, that'd be the best scene ever.
They're like, you're on Earth? Get the hell out of here.
That'd be funny if they did one of those Guardians of the Galaxy scenes. I'm Batman. Who?
Exactly.
He informed...
See, Ray, we're over here roasting Batman, and you're missing it.
Well...
Batman, my favorite character.
Again, you don't want to knock that Marvel Snap Monkey off your back in a day or two, Lilith. Come on. Oh my God! I said something to him. Was I messaging him and Justin or something? And I said something about him being, you're gonna get that Marvel Snap Monkey off your back. And then what did he say? He got something for that damn game. What did he get? New magnetic dowels. He goes, the monkey will be on my back for some time. He said, I'm like, oh my God!
The first step to defeating your problem is admitting there is a problem.
Yeah, let's just gun it towards that brick wall.
Sometimes you gotta hit rock bottom,
Oh my Lord, what's rock bottom? What characters are you gonna trade for, Ray? But yeah, he tells them he informs he got teleported to Thanagar after taking back a valuable, mysterious artifact that he took back from a thief, and asks if they can contact Qatar to vouch for him. Learning he's a friend of the Green Lantern, Hal Jordan.
God, this is rough for me. This is a rough ride.
I mean, shouldn't that get you in more trouble?
I, of course, love Hal Jordan.
They, however, release him, and the chief officer, Jigsaw Hall, requests he come with them to the science lab for medical examination.
Remember, dong is a medical term.
Whoa! I mean, who are you talking about? Hal Jordan?
Dong is a medical term. Fight me, nerds.
That's an old one. That's like your second draw. It's like
back when we couldn't curse. Those are back in the before time.
I know, that's before Superior Puss. That's before all of it. Oh my lord. As Batman flies away using artificial wings and, when in Rome, bare chested.
Batman did.
I mean,
my favorite biscuit.
Somebody's favorite biscuit, not mine.
I oh my god! I need to string together a drop of Ray going Batman, my favorite biscuit.
Well, he doesn't listen to this much, so we probably could trick him into saying it.
Well, I have him already saying Batman, so I just need him to say my favorite biscuit. As Batman flies away using
croissant, as the case.
My favorite Rue Burger. As Batman flies away using artificial wings, one of the Thanagarian officers states that the thing that teleported him might have been an unstable quantum core.
Not a quantum core!
While talking about its peril, they are, however, suddenly attacked.
Boomboxes and mother.
Oh my! They're attacked by Onamar Sin. During the fight, Batman gets mysteriously teleported back to Gorilla City and witnesses Namandi along with his fellow officers lying incapacitated. Learning from him that the man who attacked them and called himself Vandal Savage, he collapses before he can tell Namandi about him. Oh.
I'm surprised we used Namandi. Like, it had been a long time since we used Namandi, and then we had that brief resurgence when which is probably why, because when Bendis was writing it, remember they had that, like, I think it was a miniseries for Namandi.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he was like really trying to pull in all the newer stuff together. Maybe that was his goal. I don't know. Tough to say. DC's been in shambles for a decade and a half now. It's tough to say.
See, the rest of you people worry who the king and queen of England is. The rest of us worry about who's ruling Gorilla City.
Exactly. Or who's the mayor in Marvel's New York,
That's true. Oh my. So what are we saying? So Vandal Savage spanked a lot of monkeys? Get that Fabergé?
I mean, he was a caveman. So.
Oh!
If I don't even know if that origin story is valid anymore, but that's the origin story I grew up with, so that's the one that's most valid.
Well, again, I mean, it's not like it's going to age out. That story's going to age out. I mean, he says...
people don't believe in time anymore, so it's like, no, we don't know. There's no such thing as cavemen. I'm just waiting on that now.
Oh, what, he fell off the ark? Is that what we're going to say
exactly.
now? Exactly. Oh, God. Waking up in the Hall of Justice, Bruce is greeted by Cyborg and Hal Jordan.
I, of course, love Hal Jordan.
Somebody's got to.
That's true. Cyborg states that Superman and Wonder Woman are trying to defuse any potential diplomatic incident with Gorilla City's King Namandi after Vandal Savage's attack. Batman informed Cyborg and Hal about being transported to Thanagar by a Fabergé egg the Riddler stole and which had been donated by a family member of Jonah Hex. And they're like, are you high?
I mean, he had to been hanging out with Grant, right?
No. They would think. Having learned about the egg's radiation, they find that Vandal was taking it to Dinosaur Island.
Suck it, X-Men.
Oh!
See, that's the only thing about this cover. But again, it's like because it was split half and half, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. This story just happens to continue.
Yes. Bruce and Hal, while being transported across Dinosaur Island by the Green Lantern Ring, are attacked by dinosaurs, but are able to escape after fighting some of them as Hal flies away with Bruce. They wonder whether Vandal made the dinosaurs attack them, and Hal asks Bruce to hide them using his stealth technology. The two search a mountain's cave for Vandal after landing and find him unable to do anything with the egg. After finding he has left, they try to take it, but get transported to the time of Jonah Hex, who pulls pistols on them after hearing them utter his name.
Shoot him, Jonah! Shoot him!
That's the one thing Bendis missed. I was waiting for the next issue to open with Batman going, I hate guns!
Well, that kind of downplaying that lately. Per Snyderverse,
Ah, well, yeah.
And then also, the Batman with Bat Pat, so.
No, God, yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if, like, by 2030, Batman's using a gun. I don't know.
Or at least he's cool with other people using them.
Yeah, well, Alfred's got the whole Wayne Manor stash with guns. This we know.
Well, yeah.
He's like, Bruce might not like guns, but babes, I'm strapped and loaded at all times.
There's his autobiography, Ballistics and Butler Parties. The Alfred Pennyworth story.
Part 4 is a pretty cool cover, too. If they would have made this as a poster.
Oh, yeah, with Batman, Green Lantern, and Jonah Hex, yeah.
Yeah. Although this is not my favorite art style for Jonah Hex.
Yeah.
It's still pretty good.
All right, Batman Universe number 4 from December 2019. Again, reprinted in Batman Giant 9 and 10. As Batman tries to introduce himself to Jonah Hex, the latter aims his revolvers at him and Hal Jordan, asking how the oddly dressed strangers know his name. Taking off his mask, Bruce asks if he has ever met someone named Vandal Savage, and Hex replies in the affirmative. Batman gains his trust by stating he must have encountered advanced technology he couldn't explain about to anyone, and that a Fabergé egg in possession of his great-great-granddaughter sent them into this time from the future. Jonah tells Gary, who's been accompanying him, to leave the two alone and talks with them in private, stating it is likely true even if outlandish. Realizing they need to change their clothes, Jonah finds them something that suits his time. The two realize that going to the last place he saw Savage will take 6 days on horse, and Hal decides to use his Green Lantern ring, which only
horse?
Horse! Which only has 39 minutes of charge left to transport all three to the
clock's ticking! The clock's ticking.
Tick-tock, tick-tock. Yeah, look at that cover. Make that a poster so we can send it to Ray. After recovering from the delirious effects of traveling with the Lantern Ring for the first time, Hex takes them inside the mining town. Hal is, however, mysteriously transported away, and Savage arrives on the scene to confront Batman along with his cronies. He asks if Batman really time traveled to get him and the Fabergé egg. Batman responds he was accidentally transported into the 19th century. Bruce tries to convince him about the egg being dangerous and creating unpredictable wormholes to no avail. Vandal states that he could just leave him in this timeline, but he'll just find a way back, which is why he'll be having his Black Order assassins take care of him, but gets shot by Jonah before he can finish the sentence. As Savage orders his assassins to attack, the egg starts glowing. Bruce and Jonah fight off the assassins, but the former eventually gets captured. He, however, breaks free upon seeing the egg become stable, and it automatically lands in his hand, transporting him back to the 21st century near the Monarch Theater. Alfred contacts Bruce and gets told that he lost his batsuit in the 19th century, and Savage may have seen him without it, though he may not recognize him yet, and the batsuit will self-destruct before it can be reverse-engineered. As he notices a Lamborghini come up to him, he thinks Alfred sent it to pick him up, but learns he hasn't even started yet. Savage steps out of the car and states he has been searching for him for 1.5 centuries, before knocking him out with a blast from a laser gun and retrieving laser. And we even mentioned like how Jordan just mysteriously gets transported back to the present.
Well, this is the thing about Bendis.
Convenient
plot points are always convenient.
Yes.
You just gotta roll with the flow when it's Bendis, especially like a story of this scale. You just gotta roll with it.
I'm done with Green Lantern. I'm just gonna randomly teleport him off.
I know the next issue is probably your fave.
Oh yes, bring on the dick.
Hi.
I know.
I'm gonna need that as a drop, please.
I knew it.
I'm here for dick.
Oh my lord! You know what? If I had had more foresight, I should have been like, you know what? We'll just have somebody pop on for, we'll have Will pop on for like 5-10 minutes to discuss the Green Lantern issue. Then we'll have Kristen pop on for 5-10 minutes on this issue. All right. So Batman Universe number 5. This is another good cover. January 2020. Oh, the end's almost near.
No. You think that's another reason this really didn't catch on? Because like there was that whole big issue right when the pandemic happened with like getting books to stores and stuff.
You would think. I mean, if not this version, like the Batman Giant, shouldn't those a bit gone up in popularity? Because since comic shops really weren't getting stuff for a while.
Well, and that also you got to remember that Walmart was closing super early.
Oh yeah.
Too. And we like I've been the chat for 24-hour Walmarts, right?
Yeah, I don't think ours used to be 24.
They use that as an excuse because they had already wanted to not be doing 24-hour Walmart. So it's literally suspicious timing. Suspicious timing is all that I'll say. For a lot of things that people were talking about wanting to do, but like really realistically couldn't do it without backlash, and all of a sudden the pandemic happened. And
yeah. A lot of businesses use that as an excuse. Like, you know, the Pennsylvania Turnpike all of a sudden didn't have human cashiers, just toll takers. It's just, That's
why you gotta unionize. I'm just saying.
All right. Speaking of the idle rich, while dying, Bruce states that he hates that he will die in the same alley his parents were killed.
You son of a... I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna let it go.
I'm too popular and rich to die. But he doesn't feel like what he expected he would. He, however, realizes Alfred can't hear him as his earpiece fell out of his ear after he was blasted with the laser gun. Looking at the hole in his chest, Bruce states that he loves and admires Alfred. Meanwhile, Vandal Savage asks his cronies if they have heard anything about the Green Lanterns, and especially Hal Jordan, receiving a negative response. After which he tells them to get his boat ready and states he'll choose the coordinates himself to keep the Fabergé egg away from people. Alfred arrives in the Batmobile, but suddenly witnesses Bruce being healed from his fatal wound and figures it's due to the egg the Riddler stole. Back at the Batcave, Bruce hears a message left by Hal to let the Justice League know in case he's back in present time, safe and sound, which he does. Bruce tells Alfred that his medical scan shows he has no injury, but Alfred worries he might have been infected by an alien microorganism. Nightwing overhears them talking about the egg as he arrives at the Batcave and states he came to Gotham City to keep it safe since Bruce went missing. Well, he's a better protector than Bruce. Bruce shows him what saved him from dying and tells him to come along to track it. The two travel out to the ocean in the Batcopter and learn Savage is taking the egg away from civilization in a submarine. After landing, they fight Savage's Black Order ninjas and infiltrate the submarine, but eventually get knocked away by the egg in the hands of Vandal Savage, who promises...
Suck it, Moon Knight Copter.
Oh, damn! Who promises to cramp Bruce the wish of choosing the way he dies.
Not as cool as the Thanos Copter, but still.
Moon Knight Copter.
What the F?
Savage tells Batman he really means about letting him choose how he will die as a last wish, but the latter tries to warn him about how unstable the power source inside the Fabergé egg is. Savage, however, doesn't care and tells him, as well as Nightwing, to choose their method of death. Batman, however, states he is not scared of him, confounding him as to why he's stating the obvious. As Bruce recites the Green Lantern oath, the power source inside the ring escapes and is revealed to be a White Lantern ring, which chooses him as its possessor.
Babes, we all know that that's not your color. It's the violet ring.
We all know the greatest White Lantern is Kyle Rayner.
And I will agree with you on that. That is where we can agree to agree.
Oh, nice.
I told you that. I really liked that when he got that and he did the thing with the Metal Man. That was a great look for Kyle.
Mm-hmm. And remember, kids, listen to Sector 2814 right now as Will and I are in the midst of doing everything Blackest Night.
It's a good story for the Green Lantern.
We're almost halfway through our 13 weeks. So
you'll make it. It's okay.
Oh, no. We are. Batman subdues Savage and the Black Order ninjas, telling Nightwing he guessed the power source inside the egg was related to the Green Lanterns after it displayed strange behavior when it was in Hal Jordan's presence. Well, don't we all?
Oh, it must have a vagina.
Ah!
He said my vagina.
Teenage, you say?
Oh! Well, it wasn't me this time.
He theorized earlier that's either an earlier version of the Green Lantern ring or an unstable one or both. But it turned... What, the ring or its wielder? But it turned out to be different than what he expected. As Nightwing tries to take the ring off, Batman stops him, stating it might attack him as it seems to automatically defend itself and its wearer. Dick points out to Bruce that the Green Lantern Corps has arrived, which might cause the ring to attack. As the Lanterns demand he surrender and take off the ring, Batman responds he is unable to. The threats of the Green Lanterns cause the White Lantern ring to attack them, leading them to take Batman under arrest and use their energy projection to lift the submarine. The ring, however...
Is this some kind of Fast and Furious movie?
It's a core, not a family, love. The ring, however...
Core cops!
The ring, however, destroys the Green Lantern sphere, and Batman finds himself transported to an unknown place. Well, What would that be? Minimum wage?
Oh, burn.
All right, thoughts?
Yeah, like I said, this is a good pick, but I was just surprised that you picked it.
Okay. Why?
It's like kind of so new, and it's Bendis.
When I read it, I was like, when I first read it, I was like, of course I love the art, and I'm like, I got to give it to Bendis. This isn't a bad Bendis story.
Not at all.
No.
I mean, convenient plot points are convenient, but like that's just modern day comic books at this point.
Because as you know, I mean, I'll roast the hell out of him, but it's like, I'll give him credit. I'll give him his credit.
Like I said,
when it's
Batman's more his speed than Superman.
Again, like we said, street level. Yeah.
And plus, it's all the restrictions on Batman too. Like the editors are real. I know it doesn't seem like it now, but they still are kind of. They don't just let anybody do any old damn thing with Batman.
That's why when Bendis came to DC, I thought for sure he was going to get Batman. It shocked the hell out of me when they gave him Superman.
Listen, I'm never going to forget TV ads and all the damn ads in the comic books.
And where is he now?
It was a threat.
Rubbing their Bendis all over.
That's the thing that pissed me off the most. It's like,
I know, I'm like if you're going to do TV ads, give it to books and creators who need it.
Yeah, well, Superman did kind of need it low key, but
true.
Fair.
True. But how about you give credit to other people too?
Yeah. Anyway,
all right.
Number 6.
All right, let's wrap this up. Batman Universe number 6 from that cursed month, February 2020.
Yeah. Where were you, March 13th, 2020? It was a Friday. I was at work, my old job.
Prepare.
But no, we're gonna give you 2 weeks vacation. We'll be back.
Yeah, no, the kids aren't gonna have school. Yeah. All right. Batman realizes he's trapped inside the White Lantern ring and tries to talk to it, but hears no response. Outside, the Green Lanterns are fighting the Black Order, and Nightwing tells them to stop harming the unconscious Bruce's body. As he tries to recite the Green Lantern oath, Bruce notices a figure whom he assumes to be a Guardian from Oa. The Guardian introduces itself as Sita, the creator of the original Power Ring, but Bruce quickly deduces that it is just a program and learns from it that it's a representation of the original Sita. When he asks the program about the date of its creation, it just repeats its congratulatory message to him before he transforms into a White Lantern again. The program offers him the White Lantern power battery, leaving Batman to tell it that the ring was the earliest version of the Power Ring and that the program has been corrupted, while also stating that the ring is a danger. As the Green Lanterns restrain Vandal Savage outside, Bruce returns to his normal form and wakes up. Batman, however, realizes that the White Lantern ring has chosen someone else, which is Savage himself. Savage overpowers all the Green Lanterns as their rings can't attack him. Savage grabs Batman and tells him he'll erase him from history as a punishment for humiliating him and making him chase around for the ring. Riddler, who's been abducted by Deathstroke, is interrogated by Bruce Wayne, who asks him regarding the whereabouts of Vandal Savage. When he doesn't, Bruce has him tortured at the hands of Deathstroke, so he reveals the location. Wayne sneaks into Savage's estate, and after finding him, tells him they met at a party for Lex Luthor, and he came to meet him because he's been having dreams regarding him, an egg, and a ring. The White Lantern ring passes on to Bruce, and he gets transported inside it. Savage tells Bruce he's been trapped inside the ring for many years, and now he needs to restore Batman into the timeline in order to get out. Bruce then remembers his memories as Batman attacks Savage, who tries to kill him, but is prevented by the ring. Sita tells that those who were chosen by the ring and haven't renounced the Green Lantern Oath are safe from being harmed by it. It also shows them that the ring can open portals through time and space now that it is safe. Batman and Savage fight each other through many different places and timelines before Bruce grabs the White Lantern ring. Back at the submarine, he lets Tomar 2 take away the ring and wonders where Savage went. It's then revealed that Vandal got transported to Old West, where he is arrested by Jonah Hex. Sometime later, Batman stealthily returns the Fabergé egg to the museum the Riddler stole it from, and one of the guards realizes it was him who put it back. Thoughts?
Kind of a cop-out. Leave time travel alone, honestly.
I know. Well, you know what? It could have been worse. It could have been,
It's given, you know what it is an homage to, right?
What?
It's a crisis story.
Oh, yeah.
Batman's chasing the bullet that killed him, that's the vibes.
Yeah.
So it's not even that, even an original thought.
I mean, it could have been worse.
But it's still okay.
I know. It could have been a whole thing where it's like, oh, thanks to time travel, this whole thing never happened,
Yeah. It gets a little convoluted at the end, but that's just a Bendis story. That's more than 3 issues long. You know?
Well, that's Bendis saying, "Oh, I got 5 pages left."
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, sometimes it's pacing.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I liked all the pulling everybody in and having this big fantastical story, and everything flows into the pacing is pretty good, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean,
I've seen worse from Bendis.
Oh,
for sure.
Oh yeah, I have.
Looking at you, Avengers.
Looking at you, Moon Knight.
No. I'm not really that attached to Moon Knight. I thought it was fine.
Oh, his other personality just randomly changed to different people.
Obviously, Bendis has never been around somebody with a mental illness or did any research. You know, it is what it is.
Well, that's the thing. I think that's another reason why this story's not as bad, because Bendis wasn't trying to reinvent the Batman wheel. It's that when it gets on a franchise, it like starts like trying to reinvent the wheel.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, babes, please. I just got over that.
Jor-El!
Well, no, listen. He was right about Jor-El. Jor-El's an asshole.
I know, we could have just left him dead. Come on.
Well, I think it would have been more interesting if he even knows about freaking Smallville. I liked what Smallville did with the Legend of Jor-El. And had him actually, like, Earth was like their teenage Amish pilgrimage, their Rumspringa, if you will. I thought that was a really cool idea that nobody's really built upon.
He aged up John Kent. We didn't need that.
But now we got the Trinity.
I know. Again, you still could have told that as a future story.
Well, from what I hear, they're really, really wanting. Like, remember, you got to remember all the stuff that they were trying to build up to have that next generation of heroes. And it just didn't work. Future
state or whatever.
G5, it didn't work. This, I think, will work.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'll give this a solid B as in Bendis minus.
Oh! Yeah, I gotta go.
I mean, it's like it's 6 issues, but it flows together pretty well. It's plotted pretty well. It pulls in the whole, like, really cool, like, people you don't see. Like, you see, we got Jonah Hex, we get a White Lantern ring, we get Vandal Savage, and he's not even that annoying as a villain like he usually is.
You know what? And, too, it flows pretty well considering each of these issues was, like, 2 chapters somewhere else, so, yeah.
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 The art is great. I like it. It feels like he actually set out and had a purpose to do this story, so.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I'll agree with that B minus.
It's not even a gentleman's B minus. It's a straight, solid B as in Bendis minus. Minus for Michael.
Oh, my.
Okay, so we got a little bit of time. Can we talk about Catwoman 61?
Yes, ma'am.
Wow. I mean, Teenie Howard just gets better with every issue. I really like this story.
Yeah. I mean,
a nuclear reactor? What?
I mean, is this going to be the point of this story where it's like, yeah, this is the reason why she shouldn't have extra lives, because she starts getting reckless and.
That's exactly the point.
Yeah.
Oh, let me. I'm gonna put the cover on.
I know. How do you feel about that? Going back to the purple suit.
Yeah, I like. I thought it was a fun homage.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, this is cute. It's. Oh, did I? Okay, hold on. Sometimes you have to save it in a certain format. It's kind of.
Speaking of Vandal Savage.
Yeah. Right.
Mm-hmm. And then, how did you feel about our little guest appearance at the end there?
They're trying. Bless their hearts.
I mean,
I'm still upset.
I mean, they didn't even advertise that on the cover. So
yeah, I was very surprised they didn't. But like I said, this cover is pretty. I really like.
Oh yeah, and even like it gives you the little, got the radiation symbol on the briefcase, so you kind of get the plot.
What would they call that? A dirty bomb?
You kind of get the plot.
Yellow cake uranium.
Yes, exactly. So you kind of get the plot from the cover. Yeah.
But it's a heist, and it's really cool. I like that they're kind of toying with the ramifications of what that means by doing this to her.
Mm-hmm. And again,
so it's not like it was random. I feel like she did have a point of doing it. So
yeah, but again, it's so weird too because there's still danger even though she has extra lives. Because it's like, if I pass out here, I might just like come back and die enough times that I'm done.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I've been enjoying this story. Again, you think it's. We've said it before that some of these other bad characters, it's better to get them out of town for a while sometimes, and
they're always going to be in the shadow of Bruce, right?
Yeah.
Like, and I think that's unfortunate for Selena because I feel like when she's with the girls, like when she's with like the Gotham Sirens, like the Harleys and the Poison Ivies, it's just better for her character. Like that road trip that they did not too long ago. Yeah, like really showcased her what it's like her not being around Bruce and Batman. You know?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's a betterment for her character. Like I don't want to just see her as Batman's girlfriend.
Oh yeah.
She deserves more than that. She's so much more complex than that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I do want to see her get back to some activism, maybe though.
Oh, that would be.
And maybe get a little crossover with Poison Ivy. I'd love to see what Teeny and G Willow could get up to together.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We said that before. Yeah, I'd love to see a crossover between these books. Yeah.
So yeah.
I mean, you could.
I'm not disappointed. Like this book is at 61, and I'm just like, is it gonna reach 100? This is gonna be the first time Catwoman reached 100 in a really long time, if that's the case.
I know, because at 90,
or even 75, low key. But
I know, but I mean, let's get 100 for once, because even that 90 series that ended at like 93 or something, some weird number like that. I'm like, oh man, so close.
Yeah, hopefully this book can do it. I think it deserves it. It's really improved leaps and bounds, and it's getting into these really interesting philosophical things. Like you would never think that Catwoman would be philosophical, but like the 9 lives make it like she's functionally immortal, right? So like, what does that mean for her? How is she gonna navigate that?
Yeah, and again,
is this a close enough call for her to get the picture?
Yeah. I mean, we always complain sometimes when a villain gets too popular and they make him an anti-hero, but I think Catwoman's a better anti-hero than a villain.
She's always been an anti-hero because she's always played by her own rules. Mm-hmm. Like, she's literally the definition of an anti-hero. Always has been, always will be.
She might be the OG, right?
Pretty much. Even before, well, and Deathstroke was a straight up villain and it is an anti-hero. So yeah, I think she is like one of the OG anti-heroes. Oh
yeah, definitely. If you go by her first appearance, oh yeah, she's the first. I'd say.
Yeah, if you're not reading it, now's a good time to jump right in.
Oh yeah, definitely read that.
That art is so fantastic. I love this team.
Oh yeah. And are you still reading Batman Superman, World's Finest?
Of course.
Speaking
I'm caught up now. I'm happy.
Yeah, speaking of good writing and good art. And again, they were kind of playing with themes from your favorite Kingdom Come.
Yeah. But I just kind of didn't really like get into the whole Titans Beast world. That whole thing, and like that, but like, so this felt more of an event than Beast World did to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know if they're like watering down Beast World too much, because it's like the main story has basically been going through Beast World and like the Titans, and well, not even as much the Nightwing book, but it's like then they have like those one shots, and like I think the one shots kind of do nothing for it.
It definitely does nothing for it.
I think it's a case of they're trying a little too hard with that.
Okay. And I mean this in the best way possible. Like, if you can't get Alex Ross, right, Dan Moore is the next best thing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
For, like, if you're going to tell, like, some Kingdom Come style story, yeah, I think Dan Moore's art is so beautiful. Like, every single page could be a poster. Like, every single panel could be a poster.
Oh, yeah.
It's so good.
I'm surprised they're not, like, hawking, every other Dan Moore page is like a poster or something.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Like, not that I wanted to, but it deserves. I'm surprised it's not like a $4.99, $5.99 book.
Yeah.
It's very quality storytelling. The art is amazing. I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't even bat an eyelash to pay that much. But like, just keep that between us hens. Let's not give them any ideas.
But yeah. I mean, Dan Moore's art is great. I mean, name me a character in this book, and they you say, like, say he was the artist on Wonder Woman or something. I'd be like, okay, yeah, that's fine. He's gonna be the new Batman artist. That's fine.
Yeah. Rise of Magog. Oh, geez. Like, it takes some subtlety and nuance to, like, not overdo it with the Kingdom Come story, because, like, they did try to revisit it and it wasn't that great, I'm gonna be honest, when they did.
The Kingdom.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, they were trying to capture lightning in a bottle and you just can't do it twice. You know what I mean?
Is that one of those... Is that one of those things where it's like you don't need to get into every single detail of the backstory of that thing?
Exactly. Leave something to the imagination. I think that's what it was so great. Like, that world didn't need to be as built out because we saw what we needed to fill in the blanks ourselves. And sometimes headcanons are much better than actual canon.
Yeah. Yeah. And again, and I mean, drawing a dark side can go wrong. I mean, Dan Moore's even got dark side down.
Yeah, definitely. Nightwing 110?
Yes. So... What did you think of that? What do you think of Nightwing 110? Basically, Nightwing and John Kent teaming up to find Damian, Mr. Mittens.
Yeah, I was gonna say this book was $5.
Again, well, you know what? I kind of I kind of I don't know if they've been listening to us, because the first one I noticed was Action Comics, last week? And then this week I noticed with Nightwing, there's no backup. They're doing like the bigger issues again, but it's just one story. So I kind of like that better.
I think, well, outside of Wonder Woman, I think the backups are flopping because they're just not that interesting.
Yeah.
It's like, especially with Nightwing, you definitely want a little bit more time with Nightwing for whatever his fans do, at least. So
yeah, exactly.
But it was also like that tie into Beast World again. Like that's what I mean. I'm just like, okay.
Yeah, but at least I mean they're not going heavy, because I think this is like the only Beast by next issue. It's not even going to be Beast World next issue. So
good.
Yeah.
Good to know. But yeah, I'm glad Tom Taylor has his footing on one book at least. It's the book to have it on, because Nightwing fans are brutal.
But I did, yeah.
They are not forgiving.
But I do know he's been playing with this for a while. He does kind of like that, Nightwing being another mentor for John Kent and stuff. So
yeah, to bring in back what Superman did for him, yada yada yada. We know.
Well, again, it's like well, if another hero is Superman's, like if another hero is going to have influence on my son, do I want Bruce Wayne or Dick Grayson?
We all want Dick. You're welcome.
Hey-oh! Oh my.
In case you didn't know, I do want to let everybody know, just in case you don't know, John Constantine Hellblazer #1 is out. You should probably go get it.
Oh, Dead in America? I did pick that up.
Yeah.
Yes.
People were no tea, no shade to Simon and Aaron. I don't think that people were actually clamoring for that. We just wanted a John Constantine book. I prefer if the original creator would write it,
Yeah.
That would be ideal, but, Simon's, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Not really cool on the premise, but I'll take John Constantine any way I can get it at this point.
Hey-oh. Yeah.
And it's kind of giving, like, they're trying to tie it back into Sandman, it seems like a little bit. And I'm just like, I thought we agreed that we weren't going to do that, but we'll see where it goes.
They're kind of are they trying to do like a Vertigo-esque line with like the Sandman stuff?
Yeah. I heard that they were trying to revive that and actually get another season of that TV show going too, so.
What, Constantine?
Oh,
Sandman. Yeah.
No, not Constantine.
Sandman. Yeah.
We'll never get more Constantine on TV. Because Matt Ryan is done, and that's the only person we agreed that. So.
Man.
But it's okay. And it's got 28 pages, so,
Yeah. That wasn't bad.
Wasn't bad. But again, I want to see him back across the pond being Constantine, man.
Exactly.
But yeah, it's okay. The art is pretty cool and fun. They just need enough with the colons, just let it be John Constantine. Hellblazer.
Yeah.
Says all the middle-aged men, no more colonoscopies.
Oh.
No. Go get checked out, please. Colon cancer serious. You need early detection.
That's right.
Anyway, so let's talk about the backup in Wonder Woman, #5.
Okay.
Generation S.
Yes.
So, from my understanding is that's actually going to be the whole kind of like theme for the new generation as a whole, is Generation S, which stands for hope, for the Kryptonian symbol for hope.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's really smart, right? Because I've always said you have to have, I feel like Superman needs to be the foundation of DC. It just does. Otherwise, when Batman's the foundation, we've seen how that's turned out, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, look at that Snyderverse. They tried to tell the whole thing through the Batman lens.
Or even the New 52 reboot. Like, the reason they wanted to reboot it and why things got messy is because they wanted to keep Batman young forever, but it doesn't work because he has so much backstory, so many people that he's taken in. You can't do that. Superman, he literally could be immortal because of our yellow sunlight. We don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
We know that he ages more slowly.
There have been stories,
and to see a perspective of hope and somebody that was raised by actually good people in the Midwest, it just focuses that your universe to be something different than looking at it from a rich man who's suffered this tragedy that can't get over it. It's just different. It's a different perspective.
Yes.
And the fact that, Wonder Woman's daughter came up with it and they kind of agree on it. And they're racing kangaroos and Theramascara. Like, it's just utterly ridiculous and fun. And that's, like, what comics need to get back to.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Like, I was kind of hesitant. Like I said, I always kind of, like, saw Wonder Woman actually having Wonder Twins because that just makes sense, right? Yeah. But, like, her daughter, her name's Elizabeth. It's fine. It's fine. I'm over it. And it's been a good fun romp with the new gen Trinity. I kind of really like them. I mean,
they need, I think, to do either a miniseries or an ongoing with this.
I think it's been really well received now that they have the team name. I'm expecting probably by June we probably will get a miniseries or so.
Oh, nice.
June or July.
Yeah, get that popular. I mean, you could spin an animated series out of that even.
Yeah. I definitely think they found the formula, they found their footing, and now they need to just actually springboard off of that. Bring in Roy, bring in Wally, you know. Actually get that like Gen 2 Justice League, go and build the universe out from the new Trinity, and just see where it goes. I think people will like it. I liked it. I was really surprised that I liked it.
Oh yeah, I liked it.
But yeah, just the utter ridiculousness of it. They're just in Themyscira chilling on kangaroos. It's like, what? What are you smoking, people? But it's just like I said, it's fun. Like comic books haven't been fun in so long, and it's been so serious and political, and the theme. I'm sick of it.
And the theme even makes Damian better.
Yeah, well, John makes Damian better.
Oh yeah.
Like because John's like, well, for a long time it was just John and Damian. You know that we saw like the Super Sons, and we saw like what a good influence John is on Damian. And then the fact that he was, like, kind of scared to lose John as a friend when Elizabeth comes along. And they're kind of like, you know, he's trying to figure out his place within the Trinity. It just kind of makes him better. And now that he's warmed up to Elizabeth, like, it's giving Stephanie vibes. Yeah. When they were first met, you know, he's just kind of like a jerk. But then, like, he warms up and, yeah. Aww. I find the new Trinity's dynamic very, very funny. Because it feels like John and Elizabeth got along better. Than like Damian and John when they first kind of met. Yeah. So, it's just really funny to see those dynamics versus like how their parents were, you know, like because it was more Batman and Superman, then Wonder Woman probably like a decade later came along and like actually became part of the Trinity and they actually put effort into it.
Oh yeah. Again, like you said, I think that was the most successful, those backup stories.
Yeah, definitely.
Although maybe that was the whole point. Maybe that was their experiment to say, hey, let's see what clicks.
Yeah, because it's like, babes, it's not the 1940s. I don't need backup stories. I need more pages of my actual story things.
Yeah, if you're going to give us a bigger issue, yeah.
But this couldn't have been a book on its own, for sure. I think people have been super apprehensive about it, so it kind of made sense. Because people have just been kind of super apprehensive about Wonder Woman, so it's just like, I felt like these backup stories were another reason for more than just Wonder Woman fans to read the book. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, they kind of test the waters, yeah.
So that totally made sense for me, and I definitely, if they don't spin this out by June or July, or at least like by the end of the year, I don't even know what we're doing anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
You gotta strike while the iron's hot, and you gotta have like some kind of forethought and like some trending forecast predicting capability, which I don't think the DC team really has at this moment. They're kind of in shambles. But like, if anybody worth their salt, you just kind of have to push the new Trinity and hope for the best at that point. Don't worry about any of the other next generation heroes. The new Trinity needs to be the focus.
Oh, yeah.
That's it. That's all. Sorry, Yara Flor, you're out.
Yeah, I mean, she was in that Wonder Woman issue, but
yeah. It's like, no, let's just forge ahead on the next generation. It's time. It has been time for a new generation for so long.
Oh, yeah.
Like, the fact that Miles Morales is basically next-gen Spider-Man, and he's been around for how long? And we haven't really had next-gen. Like, the fact that Nightwing's just been out there and, like, the Titans, like, we just kind of see them as, like, side teams, not, like, the actual next generation. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, again, the more characters you spin out, the harder it is for them to keep track. So it's like, you know, Dick Grayson, Jason Todd, Tim Drake, and it's Damian, and it's just like, okay, what's the age gap, and how much of an age gap is it between Dick and Bruce? And it's the math just keeps getting more and more complicated.
The math ain't mathin', as the kids say.
Exactly.
So on that note, I thought it was a really great week for DC for sure. Almost every single book was pretty good. The Superman books were pretty cool. And then the Wonder Woman. Then we had Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong was out. Jay Garrick, The Flash #4, super great book. Yes. Please pick it up.
Oh,
if you're not already reading it.
Put that little twist on his origin. Yep.
We did have a little hiccup with Green Lantern War Journal, but you know, that's for the core to worry about, not for me to worry about. So yeah, I was really pleasantly surprised this week with DC.
Yes,
which it's been a long time since I could say that. All
right, anything else?
Nope, we can wrap it up and call Justin. It's fine.
All right, kids. Yes, so next week you'll hear me, Justin, and Russell talking the first 5 issues of Azrael, and then
Wombats.
And then in 2 weeks, Lilith's gonna love me next month because yes. For Lilith's 3 weeks, we're going to cover all 3 miniseries of Batman Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So
Turtle Power.
That's right. So yes, the first week, of course, we'll do Batman Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the first one. So Lilith will thank me for that. All right, so
that's only because of what he's making me do later.
Oh, that's right, the whole month. Yeah, you're going to get Lilith Hellfire every week here in February because yes, We give her the 3 Ninja Turtle weeks, and then she's going to join me, Justin, and Russell for the February Azrael episode as we cover Azrael 6 through 9 on episode 169.
My OCD would not let me pass this up, unfortunately.
Oh, no. I just saw that the universal coincidence. I'm like, oh, no, she's definitely in. All right, so send us your thoughts on all this upcoming stuff. Email us, CapesandLunatics@gmail.com, or call the voicemail, 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, you can find all things Capes and Lunatics, episodes, social media, merchandise. Help us help support this show by buying some merch. Just drop some random money on us on the Cash App link or the Patreon. You want some crazy uncensored content and support us at the same time. Yes, join the Patreon because we promised, and so far we have delivered in 2024. That Patreon and Lilith Hellfire are going to be
more vicious and brutal than ever.
So find it all at tubespace.io/Capes and Lunatics Podcast Network. That's tubespace.io/Capes and Lunatics Podcast Network. All right, so Lilith Hellfire. No one can find you, right? So
you can friend me on Facebook, but I do encourage you to download some podcasts. Go out and touch grass because Earth's dying. So enjoy it while we got it.
Download the Capes and Lunatics and Capes and Lunatics Sidekicks. Gotta be more specific, love. Come on.
Okay. I didn't want to be pushy.
Either do the 6 or do the 9.
Since when?
It's all rape and murder, I'll tell you that.
It's one of my New Year's resolutions, I'll have you know.
Don't pull it out unless you're going to use it. That's true for guns and penises.
That's why Batman doesn't pull it out.
Hey-oh!
The big finish.
Jazz hands.
All right, kids. Thank you for joining us. Again, next week, you get your Azrael fix. Me and the boys will cover some Azrael. And then in 2 weeks, Lilith is back. We start our Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles February. Batman Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle crossover. Oh, and then did I tell you in March we're going to do the Batman 66 episodes as you requested?
Yes.
Yeah, kids, you're going to get some different stuff here in the next couple months. Lots of different stuff before we get to our Cannon Fodder summer. All right, so join us next time, kids. Join us same bat time,
same bat channel.
We are the night.
The Batman podcast.
And remember, kids, what's the most scary Batman? The talkative one.
When's a riddle not a riddle? Riddle me that.
When it's written by Bendis.